If you've cruised Norwegian before, you already know Free at Sea. But Norwegian just rolled out Free at Sea Plus. And this isn't just a small tweak. Today, we're breaking down what's included, what's actually improved, and whether or not this upgrade is really worth the money. What's up, everybody? It's your boy DC from the Cruise Tubers. Welcome back to the channel. Here at the channel, we like to help you cruise smarter and get more value and avoid surprise charges while you're on board the ship. So let's break down Free at Sea versus Free at Sea Plus. So how we're going to structure this video is we're going to first review what's already included in Free at Sea, and then we're going to cover what's added with Free at Sea Plus. And if you stick around to the end, we'll break down the value of Free at Sea Plus and the truth behind why Norwegian is bringing this back. So let's start off with the drink package. With the standard Free at Sea, you already get unlimited open bar. Now, under More at Sea, which Norwegian rolled out last year, they did expand the selection to include more premium brands. However, top shelf liquors were an additional cost if the drink went over the $15 credit per drink. Now, that did include about 100 cocktails. It covered all your sodas and your juices as well. But you were still paying your daily gratuities. Starbucks was extra, the bottled water was extra, the premium wines and champagnes were extra, which were not included by the glass. And as I just mentioned, if you did purchase a drink which went over the $15, you had to pay the difference. Now, with Free at Sea Plus, you get everything from Free at Sea, plus you get all top shelf spirits. So basically, depending on what you're drinking, this could be an immediate savings for each beverage you drink during your sailing. Also, premium wines and champagnes by the glass are included. You also get 40% off bottles. Now, here's the big perk. Starbucks is included. Energy drinks, freshly squeezed juices, and bottled waters are all included as well. And the unlimited open bar when at Great Stirrup Cay is included as well. Now, you remember Norwegian made a policy change with that a few months back that basically said beginning in March of 2026, the drink package for More at Sea or Free at Sea was not going to be included over at Great Stirrup Cay. So let's move on to talk about specialty dining. With Free at Sea, you get a set number of specialty dining meals based on the length of the cruise. Now, this was an upgrade from More at Sea, which based your number of meals off your cabin category and the length of your cruise. Now, once you use your credits, if you did want additional specialty dining, you did have to pay a cover charge. With Free at Sea Plus, you keep all your included meals, plus you get 50% off cover charges for any additional specialty dining nights. Now, this really adds flexibility, especially on those longer sailings or food-focused ships. For Jen and myself, this would have been really useful in our last sailing. We receive $100 onboard credit for being Norwegian stockholders of 100 shares. For more information about how you can take advantage of that, I'll drop the video I did in the comments below and a link above. That allowed us to purchase one additional specialty dining at basically no cost to us for our last sailing. With a 50% off discount, this would allow us potentially 2 dinings that onboard credit would cover. All right, it's time to talk about Wi-Fi. With standard Free at Sea, all guests get 150 minutes of Wi-Fi. That's roughly 20 minutes per day of Wi-Fi. Now, with Free at Sea Plus, every guest in the stateroom gets unlimited streaming Wi-Fi. This is one login per guest, one device at a time. For remote work, streaming, or content uploads, it's really crucial. Now, you guys know I've been extremely critical for Norwegian's Wi-Fi approach being based on minutes. This is a massive upgrade. One of the other benefits of Free at Sea is your $50 excursion credit. Norwegian didn't make any addition to the excursion credit under Free at Sea Plus, and honestly, this feels like a miss to me. Norwegian could have easily added this to the second guest in the sailing when applicable, or made some other change or tweak to this. And let's talk about a new benefit under Free at Sea Plus, and that's your prepaid service charges. This is actually one of the most important changes. With the standard Free at Sea, you still pay your daily service charges out of pocket. With Free at Sea Plus, all the daily service charges are included. So you get no surprises at the end of your cruise, no having to worry about bringing extra cash to tip at the end. Now, it's worth noting that if you've already paid the prepaid gratuities and you are looking to upgrade to Free at Sea Plus, you would only receive a discount of $15 off the $50 price instead of the $20 that you paid, which is honestly kind of odd to say the least. Free at Sea Plus does go into effect starting on February 1st, 2026, and it can be purchased anytime after December 18th, 2025. Now, pay close attention to that date because Norwegian isn't eliminating the drink package from Great Stirrup Cay until March 1st of 2026. So if that was one of the reasons you were going to purchase this upgrade, it does lose some of its effectiveness. Now, listen closely. I'm going to break down the total value of this package and help you determine if this makes sense for you. Now, Free at Sea Plus costs $50 per person per day. So let's start off with unlimited Starbucks. If you were going to purchase the Starbucks package, that would run roughly $20 per person per day. And each Starbucks drink on board costs between $7 and $8, and there is a 20% gratuity added on top of that. Up next, the unlimited streaming Wi-Fi. Now that'll cost you about $30 per person per day. Prepaid gratuities alone are $20 per person per day. So under Free at Sea Plus, that does include bottled water. So let's say you added in a 12-pack of bottled water, that runs you roughly $1.50 per person per day. So if you add all that up, that's roughly a cost of $143 per person per day, or a total of $2,002 for a full 7-day sailing for a cabin of 2 people. With Free at Sea Plus, at the rate of only $50 per person per day, that will only cost you $700. Now, that's a potential savings of $1,300 on a 7-day cruise if you were to purchase all those benefits out of pocket. So even if you see no value in the bottled water, the energy drinks, or the premium alcohol, you're already saving money just from the prepaid gratuities, the Wi-Fi, and the Starbucks. Is Free at Sea Plus for you? Now, this is the important part. Free at Sea Plus isn't for everyone. If you're the type of cruiser that removes the prepaid gratuities on board, you're going to see much less value under Free at Sea Plus. A major part of the savings comes from the gratuities being included up front. And let's be honest, that's the real strategy here for Norwegian. It's become a growing trend for people to take off the prepaid gratuities. In fact, one fellow cruiser I spoke to even suggested he would try to take them off after upgrading to Free at Sea Plus. And I think that's the real strategy here for Norwegian. This feels like Norwegian's encouraging guests to upgrade to Free at Sea Plus at a reasonable cost. This way, gratuities are locked in. Guests can't remove them, and Norwegian gets more consistency in their crew compensation. From a business standpoint, this makes a lot of sense. We can have a completely separate conversation about gratuities outside of this video, but I will say I prefer this approach by Norwegian instead of simply bundling them into the cost and raising the base fare for everybody. Great Stirrup K, it kind of has a mixed value. Yes, freeatsea+ includes the drink package on Great Stirrup K, but here's my honest take. This used to be included in the old Free at Sea and More at Sea. So while it's nice to have back, it feels like less of a value add because we already had it before. And remember, if your cruise doesn't visit Great Stirrup K or you visit it before March 1st, the benefit has no value to you. So final thoughts. At $50 per person per day, Free at Sea+ is objectively a good value for most cruisers, especially if you want unlimited Wi-Fi, drink Starbucks, don't want surprise charges, and leave your prepaid gratuities in place. But if you remove the gratuities, you rarely use Wi-Fi, and you don't care about your premium beverages, then the standard Free at Sea may still be a better option going forward. So what's your thoughts about Free at Sea+? Is this something you're excited about? Drop us a comment down below. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, we do want to invite you to subscribe. Jen and I are on a journey to 1,000 subscribers, and we would love for you to join along in our adventures. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, share it with your homies. We would love for them to come on board. And as always, stay salty, stay adventurous, and happy cruising. Blah.